Good morning children. The previous class we have studied about the lesson light, and I have started some topics in that lesson light like mirrors. We studied about mirrors, types of mirrors, uses of spherical mirrors. Also we studied the image formation using the ray diagram. So today we are going to continue the same lesson light. In that we are going to study about some important topics like laws of reflection, types of reflection, also some optical devices which works based on these principles. So let us go to the class now. First you are going to learn about the topic laws of reflection. First you should know what is reflection. So when a ray of light falls on a smooth shiny surface, that is when it falls on a smooth shiny surface, what happens? It falls and it gets reflected, it bounces back, the light bounces back. This bouncing light is called as, that is this bouncing back of light rays is called as reflection. So I repeat again, when a ray of light falls on a smooth surface, or it may be a shiny smooth surface, so what happens? It bounces back. This bouncing of light rays is called as reflection. So this reflection involves two types of rays. This reflection involves two types of rays. One ray is nothing but we call it as incident ray. The one ray is called as incident ray, and the another one is called as reflected ray. As I said, so what is incident ray? A ray falls on a smooth surface is called as incident ray. A ray which falls on a smooth surface is called as incident ray. Whereas after falling, this returns back to the medium. Medium means I can say it may be air or it may be water, whatever it may be. So this reflecting line is called as reflected ray. So I hope you can understand what is incident ray and reflected ray. The ray which falls on the smooth shiny surface is called as incident ray, and the fallen ray bounces back or returns back to the medium is called as reflected ray. There is an imaginary ray. This ray is called as normal. I will tell you what is normal. So a line, imaginary line which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface. The imaginary line which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface at the point of incidence. This point only the incidence happens. Okay, where it goes and falls is called as point of incidence, is called as normal. So here we studied about incident ray, reflected ray and normal. So now what these relation between all these rays, the relation between the incident ray, the reflected ray and normal is given as laws of reflection. So what are the laws of reflection? What happens when a light falls on a smooth surface? Here the incident ray, the reflected ray, normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. This is first point. This is the first rule, or you can say first law. The first law is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. The second one, the angle of incidence. Here I have mentioned here, see the angle. This is angle of incidence. We write as angle I. Angle I is always equal to angle R. For example, when I say when the light falls at an angle of 45 degree, it reflected back at an angle of 45 degree only. Then only that is the rule. So that is a law for the second one. So the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are always equal. This is called laws of reflection. So we studied about what is reflection. The bouncing back of light rays by a polished, shiny, smooth surface is called as reflection. Reflection involves two rays. One is incident ray, other one is reflected ray. Here what is incident ray? A ray falling on a smooth surface is called as incident ray. After falling, it reaches back or it moves back to the medium, that is called as reflected ray. And here you can see an imaginary line which is perpendicular to the reflecting surface at a point of incidence is called as normal. So the relation between all these rays are given by laws of reflection. So the laws of reflection is nothing but, as I said, the incident ray, the reflected ray. When it goes here, it reflected back. So reflected ray and the normal at the point of incidence all lie in the same plane. This is the polished surface, the reflecting surface. And also this is the first law. The second one, the angle of incidence. This is where the angle is formed. The angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are always equal. As I said, when it falls at an angle of 45 degree means it reflected back at an angle of, it forms an image at the angle of 45 degree only. That is the law. So now you studied about laws of reflection. So based on the nature of the surface, the reflections are of two types. So that types of reflection now we are going to learn is types of reflection. First type is regular reflection, or otherwise called as specular reflection. The second type is nothing but just opposite to that, irregular reflection or diffused reflection. So let us go one by one. What is regular reflection? When a beam of light falls on a shiny surface, it reflects. The reflection will happen. After reflection, the angle will be the same. See here, you can see here when a ray of light falls on a shiny surface. This is the shiny surface. It reflects back so that the rays are parallel. The reflected rays are parallel to each other. Here the angle of incidence will be equal to the angle of reflection. You can see here. So I can say that here what happens, the clear image is, you can get the clear image in this regular reflection. So here the laws of reflection is also obeyed. In this case, the laws of reflection is obeyed by the light rays. At the smooth surface, it forms a regular reflection. So this type of reflections can be seen when it falls on a still water. You can see the mountains, which is very clear. The image will be very clear. It is very clear. The image can be seen. So here I can repeat again. After reflection, the angle of here you can see the rays are parallel to, the reflected rays are parallel to each other. You can see this is parallel to each other. So I just identify with the color chalk piece so that it will be easy. Here this is the reflection part which are parallel to each other, and the angle of incidence. When I draw a normal line, the angle of incidence will be equal. So this obeys the laws of reflection and it forms a clear image. This type of reflection is called as regular reflection or specular reflection. It can be, the examples I can say, a plane mirror image. When you go and stand in front of the plane mirror, it is very clear, you can see your image properly. Clear image will be given, right? So the same way at the still water, when the water is still, that is no moving of water, you can see the clear image of the mountain or clouds or moon, whatever it may be. The next topic is irregular or diffused reflection. So it is just opposite to that one. When a beam of light, when a ray of light falls on a rough surface, what happens? The reflected rays will not be in parallel to each other. I have drawn here diagram C. Here the angle of incidence and the angle of reflections are not equal and it does not obey the laws of reflection. So here it does not form a clear image. That is the difference between regular and irregular. Here it falls on a, when it falls on a smooth surface or a shiny surface or a polished surface, it forms a clear image, whereas on the rough surface it is not getting clear image. You can say the images formed by the wall, that is the reflections formed by the wall. This is called as irregular surface, irregular reflection or diffused reflection. So you can understand what are the types of reflection. So the types of reflection is based on the surface. So there are two types of reflection. One is regular reflection or is called as specular reflection. The other one is irregular reflection or diffuse reflection. So this regular reflection happens only in the smooth surfaces or a polished surface or a shiny surface, so that you can get a clear image. Here the laws of reflection is obeyed, that is the angle of incidence and the angle of reflections are equal, and you can see the reflected rays are parallel to each other. Each ray is parallel. Here when you come to the irregular or a diffuse reflection, it happens in the rough surface. Here the clear image is not get, and also the law of reflection is not followed. It is not obeying the laws of reflection. So the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection is not equal. Examples, the reflections caused by in the wall. So that's all about these types of reflection. The next other reflection what we are going to learn is multiple reflection. So I can say an example, when you go to a saloon shop or a barber shop for your haircut or your hairdressing, or when you go for the dress shop, you can see while you are changing your dress room, in the dressing rooms, they will kept so many mirrors will be kept aside. When you stand in front of it, you can see your multiple images will be created. This multiple images is created because of the two or more mirrors are inclined at an angle or inclined at an place. So that images is called as multiple reflections. So here, I hope you can understand, you have experienced this one when you go to these places. This multiple reflections is nothing but number of images formed when two or more mirrors are inclined at an angle. So the number of images forms depends upon the angle of inclination. When I say, I'll just write the heading so that it will be easy to make a note. So we are learning about the another type of reflection is nothing but multiple reflection. When two or more angles are inclined, it forms many images. That images is called as multiple reflection. Sorry, many reflections happens, that reflections is called as multiple reflections. That you have already experienced when you go for the hairdressing or you in the dress shops for changing your dresses for in the trial room. I can say in the trial room. So here also, how the number of images depends on the angle of inclination. For example, if you have the angle as 360 degree, if you have the angle of inclination as 360 degree, then the number of images formed is finite. That is, you can able to count. For example, when I keep a mirror here, just a very rough diagram I am drawing. You can just try in your home also. Very rough diagram, please you can try to understand. Here an object is kept means this will be extended. When you keep closer, this mirror will be, this is the shaded part, is the extended part of this mirror. And for this mirror, this is the extended part for this, so that it forms three objects will be there. Three images will be there. When an object is kept here, three images are formed. So as I said, if number of angle of inclination is, let me have as 360 degree, then number of images formed is finite. Finite means you can able to count. So here when it depends upon the number of the number of images depends upon the inclination. So we can calculate the number of images using the formula n is equal to, I'll just rub this, n is equal to, this is n is nothing but number of images, 360 degree by theta. Theta is the angle. Let me have theta as the angle minus 1. So this is the formula to find the number of images. So let me have the angle of incidence as theta, then number of images is equal to 360 by theta minus 1. Here when the angle number of images can be depends upon, as I said, depends upon the angle of inclination. Okay, so here I can say where as the result of number of images increases means the angle of inclination will be decreases. That is the thing. When they are parallel to each other, the mirror are parallel to each other. Here one mirror and we have at the back other mirror, means the number of images forms will be infinite. So you can't count, it is a number of images will be more, the reflections will be more. That is the thing. When two mirrors are placed at parallel to each other, the number of images formed is infinite. So as angle of inclination decreases, number of images will increase. So when it keeps on coming closer, you can see so many images will be formed. So that is the meaning of this one. So as number of inclination decreases, number of images formed will be more. When they are kept in the parallel form, it forms infinite images, infinite reflections will be there. So you can understand what is multiple reflection. It's a very simple theory. We have already experienced in our daily life also. The next we are going to learn about some optical devices which works based on these principles. First one, we are going to learn about an optical device is nothing but kaleidoscope. Only the name will be very difficult, but it is very simple instrument which is used for as a toy for the children. Here this kaleidoscope works on the principle of multiple reflections. Here inside the telescope so many mirrors or prisms, so many mirrors are arranged so that are inclined to each other to form a numerous reflections. So it will give a beautiful patterns or designs. So it will be pleasing to our eyes. It's just nothing which is used as a toy for the children. Kaleidoscope works based on what principle is nothing but multiple reflection. This is the principle behind that. As I said, multiple reflection happens only when two or more mirrors are inclined. So it forms a beautiful pattern or design. It is made up of very inexpensive materials and it is used as a toy. And the next instrument what we are going to learn is nothing but is periscope. Periscope is nothing but it is an instrument used for viewing bodies or ships which are above or around the other bodies or submarines. This is nothing. You can see in the submarines they will be using something to view what is happening at the top. You know what is submarines? The ships which is below under the water level, under the sea level is called as submarines. There they use this type of, we won't say the word as telescope, that is not telescope. So the instrument what here used is called as periscope. So how will be the shape of this periscope? I'll just draw here, it will be easy. Instead of explaining, see the diagram, it will be easy. So it has a long outer case and this will be extended down, and here you have another outer area. You can see a mirror is placed at both the ends. This is the mirror. So you can see here the mirrors are placed at both the top and bottom of the periscope. Here if you have some object, let me have a tree or any other object. Okay, so the light rays from here enters this outer case, the angle of inclination will be 45 degree. So the mirror will be inclined at an angle of 45 degree. Both angles will be at the same degree. Then only it can follow the laws of reflection. So it works based on laws of reflection. So here when a light rays from the object hits the mirror here, the top of the periscope, it directs the light rays towards downwards, vertically downwards. We know that the reflection of light happens only in the straight line, and after reaching here it falls on this second mirror, and from here again it gets reflected and reaches the eyes of the observer. Here you can see the object. So this is in this way only the periscopes helps you. So this can be used in many places. I'll tell you what are the uses. So I'll just tell you The periscope is used to see the, without knowing others, you can able to see the objects. That is a very useful. It is mainly used in the submarines to view the ships. So how it works, it has two mirrors which is placed at an angle of 45 degree at the top and bottom, and it obeys the laws of reflection also, and here it falls on the first top mirror, and after reflection it comes straight down to the second mirror, and here again it gets reflected and reaches the eyes of the observer. So for the in some periscopes, some optical fibers also used instead of mirrors or prisms to get a higher resolution. So you can understand. Now let us see the uses of periscopes. So uses, it is used in warfare and navigation of the submarine. As I said, in the submarine, it is mainly used in the submarine to view the ships which is near or what is happening, you can able to see using this periscope. In military, it is used for pointing and firing guns from the bunker. You know what is bunker? You are very well know, you are playing PUBG also, you know what is bunker. So bunker is a place where people hide themselves from the attack of the gunshots or bombs. So from there also you can able to use this periscope to see the people where they are, the enemies are coming, you can able to see. Photographs of important places can be taken through periscopes without trespassing restricted military areas. So you can't able to go as like other places to military places, that some restrictions will be there. So you can able to take photographs using this periscopes also. Fiber optic periscopes are used by doctors as endoscopes to view internal organs of the body. So in the endoscopes they will send some tube-like structure into your body to examine your internal organs. That is also used this principle only. That is, this laws of reflection is used, and periscope is used there. Here they use a wire, optic fibers is used. So that's all for today's class. I hope you can understand the topics what I dealt. So I'll just recall what are things we studied. We studied about the laws of reflection, and in that we studied about two types of rays. One is incident ray, reflected ray, and other one imaginary line is nothing but normal. And we studied about what is laws of reflection, and we studied 2 points in that one, that is the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal all lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence and the angle of reflections is always equal. So the next topic we studied is types of reflection. In that it depends upon the surface. The reflection is based on the surface. So here there are two types of reflection, regular and irregular. The regular reflection is called as specular reflection. Irregular reflection is also called as diffuse reflection. Here it obeys laws of reflection, it does not obeys laws of reflection, and here it forms a clear image, here it does not forms a clear image. The next we studied about the multiple reflections. When two or more angles are inclined at each other, it forms multiple reflections, and it is you have experience in the saloons or hairdressing rooms or your dressing rooms, wherever it may be. And based on these only two optical devices we studied. One is kaleidoscope, which is work based on multiple reflections. It is nothing but it's just a very simple instrument used as a toy for the children, which makes beautiful patterns and designs. Here also many mirrors are attached together to get the multiple reflections. So to get the proper designs. So that's all about this kaleidoscope. The next we studied is periscope. Periscope is an instrument which helps to view the other objects from the submarines, or in so many places it is used. So I have explained how the periscopes works, and we have studied about the uses also. You just go through the content of the book so that you can understand very clearly. Let us see you in the next class. Thank you, boys.